Leo, come on in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Another epic win
How are you?
in Europe. Ryan's just asked if you're peaking too early. Is that a concern?
Ryan is always negative, isn't he? Can't be positive ever.
He's trying to find a Glasgow positive.
Just enjoy the moment, Ryan. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment.
I can't enjoy tonight. Your boys were on fire. We just talked about, everyone talks about the attack, but that defence, you've got to be pretty happy with that. It's clicking and in a big way.
Yeah, listen, there's a good desire there at the moment, I think. You know, guys have come back in off the back of the Six Nations. We had a pretty young group that travelled to South Africa. A few of the older heads were there with them as well. Got younger as the tour went on. But listen, they picked up a great win against the Sharks. And I think that's given everyone a nice lift, which is great leading into these 2 weeks. So, yeah, we had a great day in Croke Park, obviously, last week. 6-day turnaround. Thought the guys that came in to the team added in all their own different ways in terms of that bit of freshness. And, if you want to get up to the intensity of these top-level games, the bit of freshness, I think, is important. And guys come off the bench then and did a good job and finished the job. And listen, it's into the next round. And we're back to URC action next week, as you well aware. Off to Ulster obviously down here now next week and sort of Saturday night. So, but the group is, the group is hungry and motivated at the moment, and that's what we want to see.
What is the team talk after that, Leo? Because looking objectively at that was another thumping win, a demolition, as it was last week against Harlequins. But you all seem very level-headed. We've talked about losses in Champions Cup finals in years gone by. Is there just an attitude to just chalk them all off, tick them off, and not get too far ahead of yourselves?
Exactly. Yeah, it's in the group just wants to the big thing is putting on a performance is the main thing. So how do you go about doing that? So they got to go back and start preparing again. So, but for now it's listen, enjoy the weekend. Obviously the beauty of playing on the Friday night is once you get through then you can enjoy watching the other three games and everyone bashing lumps out of each other, hopefully. So, and then we can start to turn attention. We have a decent week's work in for Ulster then next Saturday. So, and as I said, the group is competitive. Everyone wants to be involved. There was a couple of guys even just spoke there in the dressing room, and that would have missed out on selection this week. And they they're kind of grudgingly happy for the group, but it's still enjoyable. They want to be part of it. So, listen, we'll probably chop and make a few changes again over the next couple of weeks, and guys will get an opportunity hopefully that haven't played the last couple of weeks, and everyone just needs to be ready. Even this week we had a couple of disruptions. Diarmaid Mangan stepping in as he did. He's an academy player and coming off the bench making his debut in the competition, which is fantastic for him. And we just want to make sure we keep growing the depth there as well.
It's interesting you said that, because we were talking about that before you arrived, about how there is such competition in this squad, yet such camaraderie, such a buy-in, a team ethos. Robbie Henshaw stood there. We showed him a montage of Geordie Barrett, how well he played. There didn't seem to be any kind of resentment. This All Blacks coming in and challenging me for my place. There's a kind of acceptance that it's a squad of 40, 50 players and anyone could potentially make that starting 15.
Yeah, obviously we want to try and produce players to go on and play for Ireland specifically. So, and every time there is a player that leaves to play during the Six Nations, it's a great opportunity for us just to blood the younger player. And Diarmaid Mangan is a classic example of that now. So, as I said, he's currently in our academy system. So, but listen, he's featured really well during those couple of games in South Africa, and he was ready for the game tonight, and it's great to see him come on and, as I said, make a Champions Cup debut.
So as you say, you can sit back, relax now, smoke your cigar, watch the other games on the weekend. Northampton or Cast, who would you prefer in the semi-finals?
Well, you've got all a bit of history as in with both teams. So yeah, obviously Jeremy Davison would have a good bit of intel there. He's just recently left Cast, but I think he's still involved in some capacity. But listen, Northampton, we had a real ding-dong battle with them in the semi-final last year in Croke Park, and we started the game well. But yeah, it was tough bloody work, wasn't it? If you remember that game, we were sort of nail-biter at the end. So I don't know. I'll sit in the fence on that one.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy the weekend.
Cheers.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, fellas.
Cheers.
Thanks.